driving through rural Maryland, we came across an interesting-looking old graveyard connected to a tiny village surrounded by mountains. We decided to park our car in the small town and walk around. As it turns out, this is the exact cemetery where scenes from the Blair Witch Project were filmed. This is not just any graveyard, it's a place that helped shape one of the most iconic horror films ever made. In 1999, the Blair Witch Project changed horror cinema forever. With a budget of just $60,000, the film went on to gross nearly $250 million worldwide, making it one of the most successful independent films in history. But what really set it apart was its found footage style, which blurred the line between fiction and reality. Many of its scenes were filmed in Maryland, and while the woods took center stage, this cemetery played a chilling role in capturing the eerie, grounded realism that defined the movie. This cemetery dates back to 1831, serving as a final resting place for generations of local residents. Among the gravestones, you'll find historical markers for notable community figures and families who have lived here for centuries. Located in the quaint historic town of Burkittsville, the Burkittsville Union Cemetery is the resting place of several important Frederick County citizens, including Manassas J. Grove, who played an important role in rebuilding the area economy following the devastation of the Civil War. The Battle of Crampton's Gap occurred in Burkittsville, and the town provided several buildings for use as field hospitals. During the Civil War, the cemetery was used for temporary burials of both U.S. and Confederate soldiers who were casualties of the battles of South Mountain and Antietam. In 1867, most of the U.S. soldiers were exhumed and reinterred at Antietam National Cemetery. A few years later, the Confederate soldiers were also exhumed and reinterred at Washington Confederate Cemetery in Hagerstown, Maryland. But there's more than just history here. According to local folklore, some believe this cemetery is haunted. There have been stories of strange lights flickering among the trees, eerie whispers carried on the wind, and even sightings of shadowy figures late at night. Whether you believe in these stories or not, one thing is for sure, there's a heavy, otherworldly silence here that's impossible to ignore. It's not hard to see why filmmakers chose this spot. The atmosphere is thick with history and mystery, an ideal backdrop for a story about fear and the unknown. Standing here, you can't help but feel a chill. The quiet, the wind rustling the leaves. It's like the past is watching. For fans of the Blair Witch Project, this cemetery is more than just a location, it's a piece of film history. To this day, horror buffs and movie enthusiasts visit to connect with the legacy of a film that terrified audiences across the globe. It's a reminder of how even the smallest locations can become icons of storytelling and pop culture. This visit was a chilling reminder of how stories and places can merge to leave a lasting mark. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history and horror. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more hidden history and eerie locations on Weary Travelers. See you on our next adventure.